E-filing is underway for tax season. What are some things you should know? Welcome back to Techstination. With us from H&R Block is Tax Institute VP Andy Phillips. Hi, Andy.
Hey, thanks for having me today.
Great to see you. And you're based there in Kansas City, where the
That's right.
times are exciting these
Very
days.
exciting times. We got the Chiefs and we got tax season, two of my favorite things.
Well, I'm with you on one of them anyway. So, starting out with the basics, who is eligible, Andy, to e-file?
Yeah, so e-file, what that is that's just the ability to submit your return electronically to the IRS, which is as opposed to filing, on paper. So virtually every product out there on the market is going to have that ability to electronically file. Strongly encourage people to do that. Whether you use an H&R Block DIY product or work with one of our tax professionals, all those offer the ability to e-file. It's more secure, it's quicker to get your return processed and your refund released to you from the IRS. And if you do a state refund from your state as well.
And are there other advantages to it as well? Uh,
When it comes to specifically e-file, I think, the biggest ones are security and the speed of refund. But let's talk a little bit about just options to file. And so, I think there's a couple different ways people choose to file. Almost half of the folks, or over half of taxpayers, or just people in the US, choose to file working with a tax professional. Here at H&R Block, you can work with one of our pros end to end, either going into one of our 9,000 tax offices or within about 5 miles of, really pretty much every American, or you can work with them without ever leaving the comfort of your home. We have virtual options where you can submit your documents, do a video chat, or even emails just to share, questions you have, but you have the ability to work with a professional. On the other hand, you have the nearly half of people choose to do it on their own. And so in that do-it-yourself market, look, there are a variety of options for people to file doing it themselves. H&R Block, look, I'm a little biased, but I think we're best in class. We have a variety of additional things we provide within our DIY product to support folks. For example, obviously you'd think, okay, I'm doing it on my own. That means that I am, that I don't need help. That's the farthest thing from the truth. And so if you're doing it on your own, you want to make sure that you're working with a product that is full of, kind of self-help content. And when you need it, a human that you can talk to get the answers you need. And that's something we certainly provide in all our products.
Is direct filing different?
Okay, so that's a great question. And so we talked about e-file. What direct file is that's actually starting last year, the IRS developed and offered their own free filing service where you can file directly through their product. Look, it's just one more option out there. It's fairly narrow. It's only offered in about half the states. Um, and it supports a limited number of scenarios. By comparison, H&R Block's free product, look, it's available in every state. It supports a whole variety of situations, including, just by example, Form 1098-E. So if you're paying student loan interest and you want to deduct your student loan interest, you can do that for free in our do-it-yourself product. In addition, you may have a 1098-T. You, your spouse, your child is going to college. Those education credits as well, you can file for free. Um, those are two examples of free, two forms that are supported in our free product that you can't find in our biggest commercial competitor. So back to, kind of that idea of direct file versus what's on the market. Direct file with the IRS is one of over 30 options out there. Here's the thing, about 140,000 people used it last year. By comparison, nearly 3.5 million people filed for free with H&R Block. I talked about kind of the expansive nature of our free offering. Around 55% of people can actually use our DIY product for completely free in the US. In addition, like I talked about, you may get into a situation where you're like, I'd actually like some human help. We offer that. That's, one, it's best in class and it's a real differentiator for us. And so no matter which DIY product you're looking at, whether it's direct file or other options on the market, you want to really think about, what do I get with free? Free isn't the same thing in every context. Well, is my situation free? Is my state going to be covered? If I need help, is there someone there to help me? And if there's a mistake, what are the guarantees? For instance, we have 100% accuracy guarantees on all the calculations in our product. And so that's just one example why I feel really confident that people are not going to regret their choice if they choose to file for free using H&R Block.
What about the numbers of people today, and how complicated does it make things, who are making extra money working with Instacart or Uber or
Oh
Lyft?
man, yeah.
But
Great,
there's so
great
much out there
question.
today.
Great question. So I'll give you one of the big tax changes we're going to see this year is for people who are either selling items online through maybe like an Etsy or even like a StubHub, or who are taking payments for services or goods through a third-party payment app. We're talking like a PayPal or a Venmo. If you're one of those people and you receive $5,000 or more in payments during 2024, you're going to receive what's called a Form 1099-K. A lot of these folks are going to get that 1099-K for the first time. And why that is because that threshold, like I said, for 2024, it was $5,000. That is a huge reduction from what it's been in prior years. For years before, it was you had to have $20,000 in over 200 transactions, which is a lot of sales or payments. And so now we're going to see a lot more people getting those forms. And it's really important that you understand what that means to your taxes. In the majority of cases, you shouldn't be paying tax on the face amount of that 1099-K. Maybe you sold a good. Well, you probably paid something for it. You want to make sure that you're taking that into account and only paying tax on your true gains. If you're providing services, you probably have expenses to provide those services. You want to make sure you're taking advantage of those and not paying more tax than you legally have to. Another one is you talked about just kind of new ways people are making money. And it's another 1099 here. This one starts in 2025, but investing in virtual currency, think cryptocurrency, your Bitcoins and the like, extremely popular right now. Well, starting for 2025 this year, those platforms through which you make your kind of virtual currency trades and other transactions are going to issue you a Form 1099-DA for digital asset for virtually every one of those transactions. And so, look, this doesn't change how these are taxed. Virtual currency gains were always taxable. What's changed is you're now going to get a 1099, but the IRS is going to get it as well. So you want to make sure that you have good books and records and that you're reporting that on your tax return. Here's the other thing. For 2025, you may get your first 1099-DA. But like I said, these were always taxable. So you may need to look back and say, hey, do I have any skeletons in the closet? Do I need to make sure I didn't leave any income out in prior years as well?
Interesting. And I would guess now with the new administration, some things are going to be in flux. I mean, we're likely to see more changes.
Right. Look, in fact, no matter what, even if Congress doesn't act at the end of 2025, there's a lot of individual tax provisions that are going to expire from a big tax package that passed during President Trump's first presidency. I cannot speculate on what's going to happen, though we do know things are going to change in some way, shape, or form. What people really need to focus on right now is we know what the rules are for 2024. People starting to get their tax documents really need to focus on, okay, what is, make sure you're getting it right, getting your maximum refund, not leaving any, money on the table for filing your 2024 taxes. But if you have specific situations around, hey, I claim this particular tax deduction, maybe you own a pass-through business, and you're like, there's this deduction I claim, what do I need to know going forward? When you file your taxes, a lot of people think about their filing experience as a look back, right? Like, okay, let me just do last year, get my refund or cut a check and move on. The thing is, that's a great opportunity to plan forward. And so that's a discussion they should be having with their tax advisor. If they work with one or doing some of their own research when they've got all their documents out, to make a plan for 2025 as well. So yeah, really hard to speculate what exactly is going to happen. things will change. What I can tell you, Fred, is this is our 70th year in business. We've been through so many presidential administrations, so many different major tax packages, the one that passed in 2017, way back to the tax reform of 1986. We will be here to help people make sure ahead of time they know what those changes mean to them. And then when it comes to filing their taxes, that they know how to get it right.
And I understand, in addition to the free product that you offer, along with the various paid products, you do have a price match. Tell me about that.
That's right. So for new clients that work with one of our tax professionals that filed somewhere else last year, for a limited time, we are able to match the price you paid last year, which is a super competitive offer to allow you to try out Block, see the expertise and just the incredible nature of our tax professionals and that filing experience, and decide if you maybe want to change how you file in future years as well.
Well, this one should be easy. Where should people go for more info?
If you want more info, you can go to www.hrblock.com, and we've got everything you need right there.
Terrific. It's hrblock.com. Congratulations on the Chiefs, Andy, and thank you for spending time with us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me today.